Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down at Pine Ridge. Well, Assistant Dr. Edwards and Assistant's Assistant Dr. Peabody are fast whipping the store into shape to serve as a reception room for Dr. Samuel W. Snide's dental office in the feed room. As we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their jot-em-down store and library. Abner is commenting on Lum's latest innovation. Listen.
Oh, Lum, I don't want to wear this outfit. I feel downright silly.
Abner, if we're going to be assistant dentists, we got to look like assistant dentists.
Yeah, but we look like a couple of house painters with these things on, Lum.
No, we don't. We look good in these white coats.
Look
official and doctorish. Look sort of medicated.
Well, what are folks going to say when they read that printing on the back of the coat, though? You, Ricky, paint and varnish.
Nobody needs to see the back of our coat. Just don't turn your back whenever a patient comes in the store. That's simple enough.
Yeah, if somebody does come in here, I'll feel like turning my back and hiding my face.
Abner, that ain't the right altitude to take. You don't have proper respect for the dental profession.
I don't, huh?
Of course not.
Oh, well, let's switch coats then, Lum. This one here is a heap too big for me. Maybe if I had one that'd fit me, well, I might have a different altitude.
They're both the same size. That's all I could get.
Oh.
When you go home for supper tonight, you can have Elizabeth take it in a little bit at the side there. Better have her shorten it, too, and cut them sleeves off. Granny, you can't even see your hands there.
I know it.
I want no freak here in the store.
I know it. Looked down there a while ago and scared myself to death. Thought I'd lost them for a minute. I believe it ought to be shorter, though. It ought to be at least a little above the knees, oughtn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. You might take some lamp black and darken up your beard a little.
Darken up my beard?
Yeah, we ought to have pointed black beard, sort of. Van Dykes. Then we'd really look like high-class doctors. I'm going to start to let my beard grow, I think.
Well, I ain't going to do it, Lum. Everybody in town would know what I was coloring my beard, and I'd be the laughing stocks. That's what I'd be.
Now, listen, Abner, you want to be the assistant dentist's assistant, don't you?
Why, sure, Lum.
All right, then, black up your beard.
Doggies, Lum. Now,
nobody will ever mistake you for a house painter if you have a nice pointed black beard, will they?
Well, no, I reckon not.
That solves all your problems for you, then, right there.
Of course, they're liable to mistake me for an idiot, though. And it won't be no mistake, neither. They'll be right.
No, they'll be partly wrong. You're not plumb crazy, I don't think. You've got some sense.
Oh, you're just saying that so I'll color my beard. That's all you're doing it for. I know you. I don't see what we have to do all this for anyway, Lum. First, we put up a piece of garden hose and holler, "Calling Dr. Edwards," through the thing, and now we got to wear black beard.
I told you once, Abner, that I promised Dr. Snide I'd help him build up a big practice here.
I know it.
Told him I'd build his dentist business up to where he'd be making $800 or $900 a year.
Well, I don't see how us wearing painter's coats is going to help him do that, Lum.
Well, in the first place, they ain't painter's coats. They're dentist coats now. In the second place, it's psychology. Just plain, common, everyday bay horse biz psychology. That's all it is.
Is that what it is?
Why, sure. You just wait and watch the next customer that comes in the store here.
Watch him.
As soon as you call Dr. Edwards on the loud-speaking gadget there and he sees us in our white coats, I bound you he'll want to have some dental work done right here and now.
He will, huh?
Oh, yeah. Not only that, he'd be willing to pay a high price for it, too. That's the way it always works.
Well, I'll have to see it before I believe anything like that. You know good and well that nobody actually wants to have any tooth work done on them, Lum.
No, of course not. But if they do need some dentistry, they want to get it done in a high-class way. That gives them confidence and all that.
And all I can say is I've got to see it first.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll see it. Just wait.
I'll wait.
Dr. Snide don't know how lucky he is he decided to locate here. I got a lot more ideas that's going to help him, too.
You have, huh?
Oh, yeah. I might even revolutionize the whole dental industry someday. I don't know. Here's one idea I got. I'm going to have Dr. Snide run a contest every month.
Contest?
Yes, sir. Give a prize to the person that has the biggest tooth pulled each month.
Well, Winifred Redfield'd win that hands down every month then, Lum. That wouldn't be no contest. Well, that is, unless, of course, that horse that Doc Snide was working on today would enter it.
No, we wouldn't let no horses get in the contest.
Well, Doc more than likely's got that horse's teeth filed down to where they just win second prize anyway. Winifred would win first every time.
Well, she ain't gonna have a tooth pulled every month this year.
If old Charlie Redfield thought she'd win something that way she would, he'd see to that. No, that ain't much good, Lum, that idea, no, sir.
Well, I got a whole lot more ideas, even better than that.
You have, huh?
Yeah, for instance, you know that Dr. Snide specializes in making false teeth.
Yeah, I know that. He made that set he wears himself, he said.
Well, I got an idea how to help him sell them plates he makes a lot faster.
Get out some handbills?
No, he's already got a batch of them out. And he's got some good ones, too. I think I got one right here in my pocket.
Well, I never knowed he had some
over
in
at the blacksmith shop a while ago.
Well, let me see it. You got it there?
Yeah,
let me
here.
look at that. Huh. Dr. Snide's lifelike plates. Can't tell 'em from the real thing. Look, there's a picture of old Doc there smiling, showing his teeth.
He don't look much like him, though, does he?
Oh, look, underneath there it says, Dr. Snide's teeth. True or false?
Yeah, I studied that idea up myself.
He did, huh?
Yeah, but he's got one better than that, too.
Huh?
Well, look down there at the bottom.
Oh.
Slogan.
Once you've tried Dr. Snide's no slip, no slide dental plates, you'll never go back to your old teeth. That's a gooder. Well, if your idea ain't to get out more handbills, what is it, Lum?
Well, I'm going to have Doc make up a whole big batch of plates and then put on a big sale.
Sale?
Yeah, tooth sale.
Huh?
3 sets of teeth for half price or something like that.
3 sets? Why, Lord me, Lum, nobody ain't going to need but 1 set of plates. That is, unless they got 2 heads.
No, we won't need to depend on 2-headed fellers for our business. You just wait till you hear the rest of my ideas.
Go ahead.
We're going to make everybody in this whole country extra set conscious.
Huh?
We're going to make folks realize that they ought to have several sets of teeth.
Oh.
For instance, they ought to have a spare set in case they lose their regular one.
Well, now, that's a pretty good idea. Grandma Masters is always having to help Grandpa find his teeth before breakfast. Happens might now every morning.
Yeah, and then I figured they ought to have a special steak set.
Steak set?
Yeah, some with extra sharp teeth in them for eating beefsteak.
Well, Lord me, Lum, they wouldn't need them very often nowadays, not with all them ration points on beefsteak now.
No, but when they do get it, they need to chew it more than they used to. I know that.
Yeah.
Then they can use the sharp set for eating raw carrots and stuff like that.
Anybody living over at the boarding house there could use them on them biscuits that Sister Simpson makes. There's the hardest one batch of victual that any human ever had to set a tooth in.
Hand grenades, they call them over there.
Recollect old Elmer Hopkins that used to board over there? He claimed that that's how he broke all his front teeth off, swore up and down it was true. That's what done it.
Yeah, good. And then there's that story Tom Foster tells. Said one day a boarder throwed a batch of them biscuits out of the window and they landed in a flower bed, and the next day Sister Simpson won a ribbon for having the prettiest rock garden in the county.
I've heard him tell that 1,000 or 100 times.
He's comical, that Tom.
Say, I know another kind of teeth we could have, Lum, a special set for eating corn on the cob.
Grannies, I believe you got something there.
Good wide teeth with no spaces in between them. Never miss a kernel with them, no.
You know, I might get Dr. Snide to name that set after you.
Huh?
Dr. Peabody's corn teeth or something like that.
Doggies, that sounds good. Dr. Peabody's corn teeth. Hooray for me.
And then we can make up a special set for... Oh, wait a minute. There comes Ulysses.
Huh?
Hi, Granny's Abner. You just watch now. I bound you when he sees our white coats and everything, we'll be able to talk him into having some dental work done.
I bet we won't. Not Ulysses. He won't spend no money if he can keep from it long. Besides, Dr. Snide ain't here now.
I know, but we can make an appointment for Ulysses.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to act dignified and medicated and all that. Call me on the loudspeaker once in a while.
Well, all right. Yeah. Well, howdy, Ulysses. Come on in.
Yeah, how are you today, Ulysses?
Okay, Lum, okay.
Now, sir, what can we do for you today, sir?
Well, honest one, what are you fellas wearing them outfits for?
Oh, we have to wear them. We're in business now.
Yeah, Lum's assistant and I'm assistant. Just call me Doc. That's all right.
That's right, Ulysses. We're bona fide assistants.
Well, sir, I'm glad you taking this work up, because I've got some work and I need to get done right away.
Well, good. Now, we can fix you an appointment for, say, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Well, I'd like to get this started today, Lum. I hate to put it off any longer.
But Dr. Snide ain't here now, though.
Well, I believe I'd rather you fellas would do it anyway. Maybe you'd do a better job than he would. I have confidence in you two.
Well, that's nice.
And I'm willing to pay you $25 for the work, too.
Did you say $25?
For the land sakes.
Ulysses, you wait right there. Calling Dr. Peabody. Dr. Peabody wanted in conference with Dr. Edwards.
Huh?
Step back here a second, Abner.
Oh.
We'll be right back, Ulysses.
Yeah, okay.
Hurry up, Abner.
I'm coming. What is it? What's the matter?
Grannies, I told you it'd work out this way, didn't I?
You sure surprised me. $25, he said.
And I think we better do the work for him, too.
Oh, well, we can't do that, Lum.
Well, if it's just pulling a tooth, we ought to be able to do that. Just take the doc's pliers back there and pull, or we could tie a string around to it and tie the other end of the doorknob and slam the door. I'll get it that way.
I'll go out that door fast enough to pull his head off or two out one.
We can't pass up that $25. Doc needs the money.
Yeah, if you think we ought to, I'm for it. Come
Good,
on.
good. Conference over. Oh, come on. All right, Ulysses. It's a deal. We'll do the work.
Well, good. I'm glad to get this settled.
Now, if you'll just step back here in the feed room and sit down in the dentist chair.
Do I have to sit there long?
Why, sure. That's where we do the dentistry work.
Dentistry work? I don't want no dentistry work done. I seen you fellas with them painter's coats on. I was offering you $25 to paint my barn for me.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down at Pine Ridge. Well, assistant dentists Peabody and Edwards have abandoned the idea of wearing painters' coats for doctors' jackets after Ulysses S. Quincy tried to hire them to paint his barn. However, they're still in the dental business, and as we look in on the little community today, we find them going over Dr. Snide's office records. Listen.
Well, Lum, I don't think we ought to be going through Dr. Snide's records this way.
Oh, it's all right, Abner. I told him I'd help him with the business end of his dentist work. He admitted to me he weren't much of a businessman. He's more the professional type.
He is, huh?
Yeah. He knows all about teeth and gums and stuff like that, but he ain't got much of a head for figures, I'm afeard.
Well, he can recollect to the exact half an inch how far he done the standing broad jump when he was in high school.
Oh, yeah. But that's about the only figures he can recollect, I think.
He knows that and good.
Yeah, I was noticing some of his figures here that he even gets the decimal points in the wrong place sometimes. But them just little details that I can straighten up. That's where my executive ability comes in handy.
Oh.
Hey, let's see here now.
Lum,
Yeah?
do you think Dr. Snide is a very good dentist?
Good dentist.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he actually knows much about it?
Why, of course he does. You've heard some of them big words he gets off now and then.
Yeah.
You can't be an ignoramus and use words like them.
No, but I just been thinking it over, Lum. You recollect at the Golden Era Discussion Club the other night, every time we'd asked him a question, why, he'd have to call Sister Simpson on the phone, have her look up the answer for him in one of his dentist books.
Well, natural. All doctors and dentists have to look up stuff in books.
They do, huh?
Lawyers, too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what they always have all them books sitting around their offices for.
Yeah, but he never even knowed one tooth from another, Lum.
Well, them are hard things to recollect. All the foreign names the teeth got and all. I have a hard time recollecting them myself, smart as I am.
Well, when he was in here this morning, I asked him the name of these two teeth right here, them. And he said they was my front teeth.
Well, that's right. They're your front teeth, ain't they?
Yeah, but at the meeting of the night, he said they was called scissors.
Scissors?
Yes, sir.
Oh, such ignorance.
Oh.
You got that wrong. It's incisors.
Oh.
There's the incisors, the molars, the bicuspids, and the crinines. Well, that's all I can recollect.
Huh?
Now, I don't think we need to worry none about Dr. Snide's abilities.
Yeah, well, now, here's another thing, Lum. I asked him some more questions about teeth, and instead of answering, why, he just told me over and over again how he won second place in a standing broad jump when he was a young'un. That's all he'd say.
Yeah, I admit he does tell that pretty often. But that's natural, too.
You mean all dentists does a standing broad jump?
No, I mean they all have a hobby of some kind.
Oh.
You take the generality of professional men, they have hobbies.
They do, huh?
Oh, yeah. Fact is, I'm thinking about taking up a few hobbies myself. Like collecting old belt buckles or something like that.
Belt buckles?
I might even get on Hobby Lobby, I don't know.
Well, Lum, I hate to say this, but you know, I just got sort of a feeling that we ought to get shut of Dr. Snide.
Get shut of it?
Yes, sir, just get him out of
That's
town.
ridiculous. He's just getting started to build up a nice practice. He's busy day and night.
Yeah, I know that.
And Pine Ridge needs a dentist, too. Why, he's as important to the community as any other feller in it.
Yeah, a good one is.
The fact is, folks ought to see their dentist more often than they do.
They had, huh?
Yeah, if they'd go to him regular instead of waiting for a toothache, they'd never get half of them aches in their head.
Oh.
And they'd save themselves a lot of money in the long run, too.
Well, I guess you're right about that, Lum.
Do you know where Dr. Snide is right now?
No, he ain't in his office. I know that.
He's over at the schoolhouse examining the scholars' teeth. That's where he's at.
Well, he was doing that yesterday. Come to think of it, he's been doing that might nigh every day this week.
Well, natural. He can't examine all of their teeth in one day, I don't think. And he's doing a good job of it, too.
He is, huh?
Oh, he's awful conscious about his work.
Man, I just hope he ain't ruining the youngin's teeth. That's all I hope.
Well, you don't need to worry none about him. Leastways, not about his dentistry work. Of course, just twixt me and you, Abner, I am a little worried about the finance end of this thing.
Financing?
Yeah. There's something kind of peculiar about this.
Huh?
You know how much business he's been doing?
Oh, he's on the go all the time, yeah.
Despite all that, he ain't hardly made no money at all.
He ain't?
Fact is, he's been borrowing from me. 25 cents here and 35 cents there and a dime and a nickel.
Well, Lord me, he's been borrowing from me, too, Lum.
He has, huh?
Why, sure, I can't keep no change in my pocket.
I feared maybe he's doing that. And I know when he works down here late at night, he eats stuff out of the store here.
He does?
Yes, sir. Found some empty cracker boxes back there in his office. And I think he's cooked himself several cans of soup back there on that old stove, too.
You mean he's been stealing out of the store here?
No, he ain't stole them.
Huh?
He always leaves a IOU for whatever he takes in the cash drawer.
Huh?
He writes it down on a little slip of paper and puts it in there. And he puts in the right number of ration coupons. That shows he's honest right there, leaving them coupons.
Maybe he's honest, but are we ever going to get our money back? That's what I want to know.
Oh, sure, we'll get it back. Just look at these cards in his files here. Every one of them cards represents a patient.
They do, huh?
Every patient's good for at least $3. Oh, he's got plenty of money coming to him. He just needs a good business executive like me to get it for him, that's all.
Well, let's start getting it to him.
That's what I'm aiming on doing. That's why I told him I'd start taking care of the finances for him.
Doggy, that's the smartest one thing you ever done. Well, what do we do first? Let's get started.
Well, what we'll do is just send out some bills, collect some for him. We'll go through these cards here and get the names of the patients and how much they owe and send them a bill.
All right, doggies, now you're talking. Yes, sir, that's the thing to do.
I'll read them off and you write them down.
Yeah, wait just a minute. Let me get one of these grocery pads for here to put them on. I'll get this.
He's got a batch of cards here. Granny, it's going to be a job.
Yeah, this ought to be all right. Here, I'll just write on this, Lum. Start reading them off.
All right, let's see. We'll have to cut our name off the top there. It says jot them down so we can change it to Dr. Snide.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean on the bill?
Yeah, I'll get a piece of keel directly and change that.
Yeah, mark that on.
Yeah, he's got them in alphabetical order here, I believe. Abernathy, Miss Own. Measured mouth for a set of plates, but none needed at present. Call back in 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, I reckon he's building up future business that way. Yeah, he's smart to do that, too.
Yeah, but that don't bring in no money right now, though, does it? We can't wait no 10 years to get paid back long.
No, he's got no charge wrote down here.
Oh.
And at the bottom it says, possibility of free meal here.
Doggies, he must be hungry if he's willing to eat over at the widow's place. All them wild young'uns running around the house, whooping and hollering all over the place there.
Yeah, he's just building up goodwill, I think. You see, the next one is case number 41, Adams. Gilroy Adams.
Oh, we can get money from him, yeah.
No dental work needed, but good cribbage player. Check with him Friday night.
Huh? No charge, huh?
No charge. Case number 13, Barton. Ms. Myrtle.
Oh.
Measured for set of plates, but not interested. No charge.
More goodwill, I reckon.
Yeah. Case number 29, Bates. Ms. Emma.
Oh, they're good for it. They're good.
Measured for set of plates, but none wanted. Sold her brother-in-law one package of dental floss, 10 cents.
Well, leastways, we can send him a bill for 10 cents. That's the first one we got so far.
Yeah, wait a minute. He's got that mark paid.
Oh.
Case number 36, Foster. Tom. Not in, but understand he has interesting tattoo work on chest. Must check on this.
No charge, huh?
No charge. Case number 36A, Foster, Tom. Made contact with Foster and made appointment to see his tattooings next Monday.
I dog his Lum so far he ain't did a single bit of actual dental work that I can see, according to them cards there anyway.
And you got to recollect he's just been here a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You got to get acquainted before you can do any actual work.
Well, he'll never do any just sitting around looking at that boat that Tom Foster's got tattooed on his chest. I can tell you that right now.
Well, now, wait a minute. What about all them teeth examining he's doing for the young'uns over at the school?
Well, yeah, I reckon he's doing that all right.
Yeah, even if he ain't done nothing for the growed-up adults, what he's doing for the scholars is enough reason for him being here.
Maybe, so I don't know. Go on, read 'em out.
Case number 20, Goshen. Ms. Emmett. Measured for set of plates, but none needed now. Straightened handle of Ms. Goshen's toothbrush in exchange for apple strudel. Note. Bakes every Tuesday.
Yeah, that's wonderful business he's doing. That's fine, yeah.
Case number 11, Skimp. Squire, M.K. No dental work given, but was talked into filling out application for insurance policy and taking out option on piece of property. Note, stay away from this party.
We'll have to pay for that insurance policy ourselves, too.
No, we won't. Case number 32.
Now, wait a minute. I believe that's our ring. You want me to get it?
No, I'll get it. Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Assistant Dr. Edwards talking. Oh, hello, Professor. Say, how's Dr. Snide coming along with the teeth examining over there? What do you mean we got to do something about it?
The teeth where they eat, and he takes the food.
Oh. I see. Well, send him back here. I'll speak to him. Yeah, well, don't worry. Yeah, I will. All right, Professor. Goodbye.
What happened, Lum?
Oh, nothing.
Well, what was it?
Weren't nothing important.
Don't Professor Sloan like the way Dr. Snide's doing the examining?
Well, he ain't exactly started the teeth examining yet.
He ain't started?
No.
Well, what's he been doing over there every day this week, then?
Well, according to the professor, he lines the scholars up and then marches them out on the playground.
Yeah.
And then he spends the whole morning trying to out-jump all of them in the standing broad jump.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Well, Lum and Abner's dentist discovery, Dr. Samuel W. Snide, is not turning out nearly so well as they hoped he would. In fact, he has so far affected his dental work in favor of demonstrating the standing broad jump to willing observers. So the old fellows are taking steps to get rid of him. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner, the jot 'em down store and library. Cedric is just entering. Listen.
Wonderful world.
Oh, well, howdy, Cedric. Come on in, come in.
I'm already in.
Oh, well, come on back and sit there.
Oh, thank you. What was Mr. Lum wanting to see me about, reckon?
Oh, he wanted you to tote around a batch of handbills, Cedric. He ain't brung them from the printing shop yet, but he ought to be back here any minute.
Well, I don't know if I can wait that long, though. I ain't got much spare time today. I've got some extra work to do.
Oh, over at the defense plant, you mean?
No, I'm down at Mr. Luke Spears' restaurant.
No, me, you ain't working down there too, are you, Cedric?
No, Mom, but I got to get in some extra games on the pinball machine. I missed out altogether yesterday.
Oh, so that's it, huh?
Well, I'm way behind on my quota this week. Way behind on my quota. That's what they say down at the defense plant. Don't know if I'll ever catch up. Maybe I'll run into a bottleneck. I don't know.
A bottleneck?
Yes, Mom.
Well, did you cut yourself?
No, Mom, I don't think so.
Well, you better be more careful after this, Cedric. You're liable to get interfection if you run a piece of that glass in your finger. Whereabouts did you run into this bottleneck?
Oh, I never run into none. I just heard Mr. Walt talking about that over at the plant. He claims he's always running into them things.
Oh, well, all me, I ain't got time to worry about Walt Bates. If he can't watch where he's going, a man as old as he is, well, there ain't nothing I can do about it. He'll just have to cut himself a few times on them bottlenecks, and then maybe he'll learn himself a lesson and watch for him.
Well, I reckon I better get down to the restaurant.
Well, now, wait a minute, Cedric. You don't need to play that idiotic pinball machine all the time.
I'm way behind on my quota, though, Mr. Abner. Way behind.
Well, now, Lum will be back any second now. He says these handbills are awfully important.
Oh, well, what are them handbills for, anyway? Is that a circus or something coming to town?
Oh, no, Cedric. They're announcing that Lum's a new dentist in town.
Mr. Lum's a dentist now?
Yeah.
Well, what about Doc Snide? Is he leaving town?
He is, just as quick as we can get shut of him. I'll tell you, Cedric, that feller ain't done a lick of dentist work since he got here. Just borrows money from me and Lum and eats might nigh everything in the store. That's all he does. And, of course, does the standing broad jump all the time over at the schoolhouse with the young ones.
Yes, Mom, I seen him doing that. I out-jumped him, though.
You did?
Yeah, and so did Pee-wee Adams and Shrimp Blevin.
Well.
Boy, does Mr. Doc get mad.
Got mad, huh?
Yes, Mom, he kept showing us that medal he won and said that proved that we couldn't beat him. But we done it just the same.
Well, I'm glad you done it. He's too old to be doing that anyway.
Yes, Mom.
Just good enough for him, Cedric.
Is Mr. Lum going to college to take up dentistry, or does he already know all about it?
Oh, no, Cedric. He just found a book in our library over there, and he's reading that. Started it last night. Going to finish it up tonight, he says.
Is that all you have to do, just read a book?
Well, it is if you're smart enough, Lum says. He says it's got pictures in it and shows how to pull a tooth and everything like that. I might take it up myself. I don't know, Cedric.
Well, you going to be a dentist too, Mr. Evans?
I might. See, I've done got Lum's old job. I got advanced from assistant to full assistant now.
Oh, is that good? That's
an
important job, huh?
Why, sure, it's awful important. A lot of stuff to do in that, Cedric. Well, for instance, yesterday I had to write up an ad for Lum and send it to the weekly paper. I done that.
I do know. All by yourself, huh?
Yes, sir. I done it all by myself. Wrote it in my own handwriting, too. It's a good one, I'll tell you that. I can't hardly wait to see it in the paper. Know I'm a writer and going to send one a copy of it to little Pearl. Let her see her Paul's writing now.
Yeah, you're getting the importance, ain't you?
Oh, I am, Secretary. Getting to be quite executive, I reckon. Quite executive. Yes, sir.
Well, I wish to use my uncle.
See, this whole idea of getting the shot of Doc Snide was something I studied up too, Cedric.
Oh, goodness. I admire you to death.
Well, sir, I don't like to cast favors right in my own face, Cedric, but I was the one that seen that Doc Snide wasn't doing no actual dentist work. Lum never would have saw it.
Yes, Mom. He wouldn't.
No. Takes a fella like me to see them things. I reckon you could say that I'm even a little more important around here now than Lum is.
That's all I want to know. I'll get you to pull my teeth for me then.
Well, I'll do it, Cedric, as soon as I read the book. Tell you, it's just getting to where might nigh everything around this store here depends on me. All the ideas that's had around here. Oh, wait a minute, there it comes.
Mom.
Cedric, don't mention none of this stuff that I've been telling you to Lum, will you?
Well, why don't you want me to mention it?
Why, just cause I don't want to hurt Lum's feelings, Cedric, you know. Mind out, don't say a word. Well, howdy, Lum. Did you get the handbills all right?
Yeah, finally got 'em. Oh, hello, Cedric.
Hey, let me see 'em,
Hello,
Lum.
Mr. Lum.
Here, let me open up the package and take a look at 'em, Lum.
No, wait now. Don't get 'em spread all over the store.
What was you saying about everything around the store here is dependent
Cedric,
on
just
you, Mr.
don't
Abner?
talk about anything else now. I want to look these handbills. Don't interrupt Lum. He's got something to tell us.
When you said everything around here depended on you or something, I never did hear what you said.
Cedric, I don't think I was talking about the store, maybe. I
Here,
think I said
Cedric,
over at my place.
You take this batch of handbills here and take 'em around town, distribute them.
Don't tell Elizabeth that.
Give him 50 cents out of the cash drawer, Abner.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to leave a stack of them at the barber shop and some over at the gas station and some down at the restaurant.
Yes, Mom. Well, I got to go to the restaurant anyways. Got some stuff to take care of down there.
Well, I hear you better go to the restaurant, the last place then, Cedric. You never will get nowheres else. Here, there's your 50 cents for delivering the handbill.
Much obliged. It's
It's
like a
all
half
right.
dollar, don't it?
Now, hurry up. Now, get on your way, Cedric. And now, don't put none of them bills in the stove or under any culverts or anything like that now.
No, Mom, I won't. So long.
Yeah, so long, Cedric.
Yeah, so long, Cedric.
Let me take a look at one of them handbills now, Lum.
Well, they're just the same as what I had you write in that ad for the weekly newspaper.
Oh,
You got that sent out all right yesterday, didn't you?
yeah, send it right in. Told them to put it in great big black letters, too.
Good. Bigger the letters, the better.
Oh, yeah.
Did it say Dr. Lum Edwards, high-class dentist in it?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's it. You know, I believe I just cut out for the medicated profession, Evan.
He was, huh?
It just seems sort of natural for me to be called doctor some way or other.
All right, doggies, wait a minute, Lum. I put something in the ad that you ain't got in this handbill. I see that. See right here? I wrote fills teeth and pulls them out.
Fills teeth and pulls them out.
Yeah, I had that in there.
Gee, that don't sound like much of an advertisement.
Huh?
Well, it sounds like every time I fill a tooth, it starts decaying, has to be pulled out. That ain't good advertising.
Well, I tried it the other way around. That never seemed right neither. Said pulls teeth and fills. No sense in filling a tooth after it's been pulled out long.
Well, I ain't got time to worry about that no way. I've got to get back to my reading. It's going to take me longer to get through that dentist book than I figured it would. That thing ain't easy reading, I'll tell you that.
It ain't, huh?
No, whoever wrote it must not have been very smart. Can't make out hardly half of it.
Well, will that keep you from being a dentist?
Oh, no, I'll get it all right. A lot of big words in it, but of course I understand all them. I know one thing, though. As soon as I get started here, I'm going to write a dentist book myself. One that folks can understand, a good, simple one.
You reckon I could understand it?
Yeah, I don't know if I could make it that simple or not. I'll try, though.
Well, good for you.
Has Doc Snide been in here yet today?
No, I ain't seen him at all. More likely doing a standing broad jump somewhere.
Yeah, more than likely. Well, I'm glad he ain't come in yet, 'cause I ain't studied up just how to tell him he's all through here. Sort of dread the job.
Well, he ain't doing no good here. That's a cinch, Lum.
No, but he ain't a bad feller, Abner.
No.
I think he means well. He just don't know his business is all. Leastways, he don't take care of it.
No, if he stays here another week, why, he'll run us so fur in debt we never will get out either.
Oh, you gotta get shut of him. Ain't no two ways about that. But it's still a hard thing to tell a man.
Yeah, by the way, Lum, it's the mail come to you today. The letter here is addressed to the Justice of the Peace. I got it in my pocket here somewhere.
Justice of the peace.
Yeah.
Reckon what that's about.
Yeah, more likely somebody wanting to get married. There it is right there. Looks sort of important, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did it say, Lum?
Let's see.
Huh?
Wait till I get it open. I can't read clean through the envelope, can I?
Huh?
Let's see here. Mr. Lum Edwards, Justice of the Peace, Pine Ridge, Arkansas. Dear Sir, we have information that a Mr. Samuel W. Snide is in Pine Ridge advertising himself as a dentist.
Advertising yourself?
This man has no dentist license and...
Dentist license? Do you have to have a license for that?
It looks like it. Has no dentist license and therefore is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by fine and imprisonment.
Oh, my goodness.
If this man is practicing in your community, we authorize you as Justice of the Peace to arrest him and hold him until we... Oh, my goodness. Abner, do you know what this means?
It means you got to arrest Dr. Snide.
It means more than that. It means I got to arrest myself, too. I'm just as guilty as he is. I ain't got no license neither.
Yeah, but, Lum, you ain't actually done no dentist work.
No, but I got all that advertising out already. According to the letter here, that's all it takes to get thrown into the penitentiary. Rennie, let me get to that phone.
Hey, who are you going to call, Squire Skin?
Abner, you run down the street and find Cedric.
Find Cedric?
Yeah, gather up every single handbill he's give out so far, and don't let him hand out... hello, Mamie? Hurry up and connect me with the newspaper office. This is Lum Edwards. Oh, I'm fine. Just hurry up with the call. Ma? Oh, Abner's fine, too. Hurry up, Abner, and catch Cedric before he gets too far.
Yeah, I'll catch him all right. I'll get him.
Well, we can't let a single one of them handbills get out, or else I'll be spending the rest of my life in the pen. Hello, is this a newspaper office? Well, listen, I put an ad in there, and I don't want it to run. No, in this week's paper. When do you start printing them? Yeah, what? Oh, my goodness, Abner.
What's the matter?
They've done run them off.
Huh?
Yeah, and even got some of them in the mail, all right. I'm ruined. That's what I am. Plumb out and out ruined. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggies Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Dr. Lum has gotten himself into quite a bad spot. After he decided to make himself the town dentist, replacing Dr. Snide, and inserting a newspaper ad to that effect, he received a letter authorizing him, as Justice of the Peace, to arrest one Samuel W. Snide for practicing dentistry without a license. As we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jot 'em Down store and library. Abner is talking on the phone.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, we want to buy all the papers you got left anyway.
It ain't no use, Abner.
I don't care how much it costs now. We want to buy them. Just send us a bill for them. Oh, no, it ain't no use to send the papers. Just burn them things up. Be sure you burn them, though. All right, sir. Goodbye.
No use wasting money that way, Abner. There's too many papers out already.
Well, yeah, Lum, but every copy we get hold of is just one less that'll ever be sold by the state police, or that dentist outfit, whoever it is.
Oh, they're bound to saw a copy by now. It just takes one copy.
Yeah, but maybe they ain't, Lum. Maybe they don't like to read, or maybe they don't prescribe to the paper, or something like that.
Yeah, they read them things from kiver to kiver.
They do, huh?
More than likely got special police that sit around and do nothing but read newspapers to find where folks is advertising that they're dentists without having no license.
Oh, they do.
Well, they must have. That's more than likely how they found out about Doc Snide was here doing dentist work.
Yeah, but I don't think he advertised in the weekly paper no longer.
No, but he got out about your handbills.
Yeah.
He read all the handbills they can get hold of, too.
Yeah, Cedric's out trying to get back all them handbills of yours that you give out yesterday.
Yeah, but he won't get all of them.
Well, he might now. I told him not to come back here unless he could bring as many handbills as he started out with yesterday. And you know Cedric, you tell him to do something, my dog, as he don't stop till he gets it did.
Yeah, well, I hope he does. That'll help some, maybe.
Doggies Lum, I wish you'd cheer up a little. You act like the world's coming in and just sit there and don't take no interest in nothing. Just, I don't know. I wish you'd cheer up.
Wish the world would come to him.
Huh?
That'd be better than spending the rest of my life in the penitentiary.
Well, now, Lum, you might not have to go to the penitentiary.
I advertised that I was a dentist without having no license, didn't I?
Well, yeah, you done that, but you never actually done no dentist work, Lum.
That don't make no difference. I had Squire look it up in his law books, and it said you could be arrested for just putting an ad in the paper or getting out a circular or even just having some cards printed up saying you're a dentist.
Oh? It sure enough said that, huh?
Yeah. Right there in black and ink. Squire claimed I was attempting to practice under a subterfuge or something.
You weren't doing no such a thing. You was going to open up practice right here in the store, and you can just tell him that. I'll swear to it. And another thing, nobody ain't found out about you yet, Lum. Doc Snide's the one they're after.
They'll find out about me, too.
Huh?
Dennis, I wished I'd have found out more about the dentist business before I'd taken it up.
Well, have you ever been over to arrest Doc Snide yet, Lum?
No, not yet.
Well, you're supposed to. That's what that letter you got from the state yesterday told you to do.
Yeah, I know it.
They said as long as you're justice of the peace, why, you're supposed to see that he's arrested and turn him over to the police.
I know what it said in the letter. I just ain't got around to doing it. Because then I'll have to arrest myself, too.
The letter never said that. Just said Doc Snide is all.
I know, but if I'm a good justice of the peace, I can't arrest him and let myself go. We're both guilty of the same charge.
Well, can't you just act like that you ain't found out about yourself yet?
No. That's the whole trouble right there. I know too much about myself.
Oh.
I can't hide a thing from me. I've done tried that.
Didn't work, huh?
No. No matter what I told myself, I didn't believe it.
Well.
I could see right through everything I said.
Well, did you try to look innocent when you was telling yourself them things?
Oh, yeah. It never helped none, no. Whole trouble is that I'm too smart a justice of peace even for myself.
Oh. Well, maybe you could arrest yourself, Lum, and then let yourself escape. Go down in the swamps and hide out for a couple of days.
Oh, I know right where I was at all the time. You can't hide from yourself.
No, I reckon not. Of course, you might try shutting your eyes and walking off summers to where you couldn't see where you was going, and then you wouldn't know where you was.
No, that wouldn't help. I didn't thought about that.
Huh?
Besides, I'd never be able to escape from myself in the first place. I'm too fast and sharp-eyed to ever let a prisoner get away.
Well, I don't know what else to suggest him, Lum. Just looks like you got yourself right where you want you.
Yeah. I'd give anything if I wasn't such a good justice of peace now.
Well, you ought to have thought of that before you ever run for the office.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Feller just never looks far enough ahead. Just got only myself to blame, that's all.
Well, I reckon you might just as well go ahead and arrest yourself then.
Huh?
Go ahead, as long as you got to do it. I'd like to watch it if you don't mind. I never have saw nobody arrest herself. Feller put handcuffs on himself, I don't believe.
Well, I think maybe I ought to go over and arrest Doc Snide first. Sort of practice up on him.
Practice up?
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've arrested anybody. Wasn't supposed to do that with the Justice of Peace office.
No, I know it. But Uncle Henry Lunsford's out of town now, so you have to do the arresting. He's up in Kansas City visiting his daughter up there.
Yeah, I know where.
Our man's working at a defense plant. He went up there to visit them long as he's working now. He said he thought he'd go up there and visit them a while.
Come to think about it, I don't believe I've ever arrested anybody since I've been in office.
No, I don't believe you have neither, Lon. Leastways, I don't recollect any time you ever did. No, I don't believe you did.
That means I'm going to have to practice an awful lot.
Does, huh?
Yeah, might have to spend 4 or 5 days at it, I don't know.
Well, what is it that you got to practice along on, Lon?
Oh, different stuff.
Well, all you got to do is just say, Lum Edwards, you're under arrest. Ain't that all there is to it?
Well, that's part of it. But there's some other junk, too. Official stuff.
What official stuff?
Oh, I can't think of it right now. Bunch of trugs.
Oh.
I'll have to look it up somewhere. That'll take me a couple of days right there.
Well, Uncle Henry Lunsford never has to do all that stuff when he arrests somebody. He just says, you're under arrest, and pull that big old horse pistol out.
It just shows the difference betwixt me and Uncle Henry, too. I'm more conscious about my work than he is.
Mom, I believe you're just stalling around now.
Stalling around?
Yes, sir, that's what you're doing. Go on now, let me see you do it. You don't need no practice. Go on.
Abner, you don't realize what you're asking me to do. You're asking me to arrest my best friend.
Your best friend? You mean you?
Yes, sir. I and myself has been awful close to one another for years and years now.
Oh.
It's awful hard job to turn over a friend like that. It just don't seem right.
No, come to think about it, I reckon it don't. I never had thought of it just that way. I can see your point.
It'd be the breaking up of a beautiful friendship. That's what it'd be.
Well, what are you aiming to do then, Lon?
I don't know. I reckon the best thing to do is just go on into the county seat and give myself up.
Give yourself up now, Lum. You ought to do that now, no.
I might just as well. I'm a doomed man, I know that. Ruined, plumb ruined. Ain't no way out of this mess I got myself into. No way in the world to get out of it.
Well, are you going to arrest Doc Snide first?
Maybe. Or I might try to talk him into giving himself up, too. Then I wouldn't have to arrest myself.
Now, Lum, if I was you, I wouldn't...
Wonderful.
Oh, howdy, Cedric. Dog, is you back already?
Yes, Mom, I'm back, I think. Howdy, Mr. Lum.
Oh, hello, Cedric.
Did you collect all the handbills, Cedric?
Mom?
Did you bring back as many of them handbills as you started out with yesterday?
Yes, Mom.
Hi, Dog, did you hear that, Lum?
Yeah.
Fact is, I brung back more than I started out with.
More? Why, you couldn't do that, Cedric.
Well, I done her, though. I couldn't recollect where I give out most of the handbills, so I just went over to the printing shop and had Mr. Will Spencer print up another batch of them.
You had more of them printed?
Yes, Mom. Mr. Will says he'll send Mr. Lum a bill for 'em.
Oh, my goodness, Cedric, you go right back over there and tell Will Spencer...
Wait a minute, Abner. Don't scold, Cedric. He didn't mean no harm. Besides, it don't make no difference now, no ways. I'm ruined.
I know, Lum, but we ought to do everything we can to try to make it look like that you was just a little tiny bit guilty.
I think I got some good news for you, Mr. Lum. I seen Mr. Doc Snide this morning, and he knows a way to get out of this, I think.
He does?
Yes, Mom.
Wait a minute. You didn't tell him I was supposed to arrest him, did you?
No, Mom, I didn't know you were supposed to do that.
Oh,
I just told him you was going to have to arrest yourself on account of the handbills, and he said he'd had that same trouble a lot of times himself, and he always got out of it every time.
He did? I know it. How'd he do it, Cedric?
I don't know. I never thought to ask him about that.
Well, I'm going to get him on the telephone right now and find out, Lum.
Yeah, get hold of him, Abner. He might have discovered some loophole, some legal, honest loophole. Hurry up and get him.
Yeah, see, now, what's the ring over there, Sister Simpson? Oh, I know what it is. I'll get him.
I always said Doc Snide weren't actual no crook. If he was, he wouldn't be running around free this way. He'd be in the penitentiary.
Yeah, of course, maybe he was in there and he just done the standing broad jump and jumped right over the wall on him.
No, he couldn't have jumped that high. No, he got a legal loophole. I know he has.
Hello? Miss Simpson? This is Abner Peabody. Is Doc Snide over there right now? He ain't, huh? Well, say, do you know any loopholes that he gets out of?
Oh, she wouldn't know that, Abner. Hang up.
Uh-huh. Well, I do know. For the land sakes. Huh. Yeah, I'll tell them. Yeah, much obliged, Miss Simpson. Goodbye.
Granny, she didn't know how the loophole is.
No, she said it weren't no loophole that he gets out of, Lum. It was a window.
A window?
Yes, sir. Doc Snide packed his valise and snuck out a back window and left town without paying her his rent.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
Well, see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
You know, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum has worried so much over the fact that he advertised himself as a dentist without possessing a license that he's decided there's only one thing for him to do: to go to the county seat and give himself up. In fact, he left early this morning to do that very thing. As we look into the little community today, we find his unhappy partner, Abner, and Cedric in the Jot 'em Down store and library.
Yeah, that's it, Cedric, yeah. Now, hand me them cookies right there, too.
Yeah, how about a couple of cans of salmons, too? They'll fit in the box, won't they?
Well, yeah, but we can't send them to Lum, Cedric. Them things are ration now. I don't reckon them prisoners has got any ration books.
We don't, huh?
Well, I don't think so. I doubt if any of them was able to sneak out long enough to go to the schoolhouse and sign up for a ration book, Cedric.
No, I don't reckon so.
No.
They could have did that, they'd have just kept on going, though.
Why, sure they would.
Well, what else do you want to put in that box for Mr. Lum? Some gumdrops?
Yeah, them be nice. Anything that takes a long time to eat is good. Of course, he'll have plenty of time sitting around that cell in the penitentiary.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah.
How about a loaf of bread in here?
Oh, no, he'll get plenty of that. I've heard that's about all they feed them fellers is bread and water.
How long's Mr. Lum going to be there?
Well, I don't know, Cedric. All depends on how many years the judge gives him, I reckon.
Will it be 100 years?
Oh, no, Lum won't live that long. He might get 10 years, though. Lum figured that's about what they'd give him for doing what he done.
Well, what did he done? Or what did he do? I never did figure that out, hardly.
Well, he advertised himself as a dentist. He never knowed you had to have no dentist license to do that.
Have to have a license before you can advertise anything.
Well, yeah, if you want to be a dentist, you do. See, we found out that you've got to go to college for years and years, study awful hard, and pass some official examinations. I don't know what all before you can be a dentist.
Is Mr. Lum in the penitentiary already?
Well, he might be, said he. He left early this morning for the county seat. Went in there to give himself up, so he might be thrown in jail by now.
Oh, will he get to wear a striped suit, too?
Cedric, just don't talk about it no more. I just can't stand to even think about it. Poor old Lum.
Oh, excuse me. Never meant to upset you none, Mr. Edwards.
Well, it's all right, Cedric. I know you never meant no harm, but I doggies, this is awful. Poor old Lum. I wished I sent there instead of him, Cedric.
I wish I was sent there, too.
Old Lum was the best one friend I ever had in the whole world.
Best two friends I ever had.
Wish that dad-blamed Doc Snide never would have come to town. Then Lum never would have got this idea of being a dentist in the first place.
Have they caught Doc Snide yet?
I don't know. I don't think so, though. He's more than likely in Mexico by now. Though if they'd let Lum come back here, I'd never say another mean word to him the rest of my life. Never get mad at him at all. Do everything he told me to. Shine his shoes every day, even anything.
Well, I'd help you, too.
Poor old Lum. Might not never see him again, neither, Cedric.
Wish you wouldn't talk that way, Mr. Abner. You're about to make me cry.
He ain't strong enough for that penitentiary, Cedric.
Can't you go visit him at the penitentiary?
No. Before he left this morning, he told me not to visit him there.
Mad at you, huh?
No, it ain't that, Cedric. He just said that'd be bad for me to be associated with the criminals. Said it'd hurt business at the store, and then I'm liable to go broke.
Is that sure enough what would happen?
Well, I don't know. He said it would. But I don't care. I'll go visit him anyway. I don't care if I go broke and lose every red cent I got.
Me neither. I'll go with you. When do you want to go, tomorrow?
Well, we'll have to wait till he sends us his address, Cedric. Or his cell number, whatever he do.
Well, how about this box we're going to send you? Do you want to finish packing that?
Well, I reckon so, yeah. Put in a package of them there oyster crackers there. He always loves to eat them things.
How about some baking powder? No, he won't be doing no baking.
Put in some of them canned for the land's sakes. There he comes, Cedric.
Lum?
Lum coming up out there.
Lum?
Yeah, they must have let him come home long enough to get his toothbrush and say goodbye and all that stuff.
Well, he ain't got his striped suit on yet, has he? I wanted to see how he looks.
Cedric, now, for goodness sakes, don't mention such things as that in front of Lum. Don't ever bring up the subject of a penitentiary.
It's a secret.
Well, we just don't want to make Lum feel no worse than he already does, Cedric.
Oh, no, Mom.
Try your best to cheer him up, Cedric. Make him laugh.
Yes, Mom. Yeah. You want me to stand on my head or something?
Anything. Make some funny faces. Mind out. Here he's coming. Be careful now. Well, howdy, Lum, old boy. Doggies, it's good to see you.
Well, to be right honest, it's good to see you, too. Hello, Cedric.
Howdy, Mr. Lum. Do you want to hear a joke about Pat and Mike?
Yeah, tell it to him, Cedric.
Well, one day Pat got arrested and was thrown in jail. And
Cedric. Cedric didn't mean that, Lum. He got mixed up.
For goodness sakes, what are you fellas acting so peculiar for?
We ain't acting cute, are we, Cedric?
No, Mom, I don't think so.
We're just happy to see you, that's all. Everything's fine and dandy here, Lum. Everybody's feeling fine. You're looking good, Lum.
I am, huh?
Oh, looking awful good. How long do you have, Lum?
How long do I have?
Yeah, before you have to go back to the, you know what.
You mean the penitentiary?
Well, yeah, sort of, I reckon.
Well, I ain't going there. I got dismissed. The judge dismissed my case.
You mean you ain't going to have to go to the penitentiary at all?
No, not even for a half a day.
Well, good for you.
Doggone.
Now, what are we going to do with this box of cookies and stuff?
Be quiet, Cedric. Well, tell us all about it, Lum. How come you to get off so easy?
Well, I don't like to brag on myself, but I think the reason was that I just outsmarted the judge.
Outsmarted, huh?
Oh, yeah. You see, he didn't even want to take my case at all at first. Claimed there weren't no case against me because nobody had indicted me or something. But I made him take the case anyway.
I'm glad you done it. Good for you. Good for you.
So then he gave me a long lecture telling what a terrible thing I did and all that. And then he said as long as I never actually done no dentist work on nobody, he'd let me off this time. He'd give me a suspended sentence. Then I signed a pledge.
What kind of a pledge?
Well, it was my idea.
Oh.
Judge didn't want to bother with it, but I insisted, so he finally dictated one to his woman secretary, and I signed it.
Doggies, I'm glad you stood up for your rights. Yes, sir.
And you know, I think the judge is sort of in love with his secretary.
In love?
All the time he was dictating the pledge, he kept winking at her, so.
Well, I do, that old scallywag.
What did the pledge say on it, Mr. Lum?
And it said, here, I'll have to read it to you. It's several pages long. I got it right here.
Oh, I'd love to hear it. Go ahead, read it, Lum, yeah.
All right, some awful good big words in it. I know what most of them mean. It starts out, I, Lum Edwards, the undersigned and defendant and party of the first part, do hereby and herewith promise, swear, affirm, and resolve that for a probationary decade of 10 years, I will not indulge in the extraction of any molar, bicuspid, incisor, tooth, tusk, fang, grinder, chopper, or any bony appendage born in the jaws of any vertebrate of the higher forms of life, or any personage, individual, or...
Lum, I hate to interrupt you. I believe that was our ring there, though.
It was.
Yeah, I believe it was.
I'll get it just a second. Yeah. Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Lum Edwards talking.
Oh, Brady, did you...
Oh, howdy, Dick. Yeah, just got back. Well, I'll be over pretty soon and tell you all about it. From Grandpap. Well, I do know. Yeah, sure, we'll take care of that right away. Yeah, you betcha. All right, goodbye.
What was it, Lum, something about Grandpap?
Yeah, it was a postcard that just come from me and you.
Well...
Grandpap's broke, and he says he'll come back to Pine Ridge if we'll loan him some money.
Well, doggies, let's send him some right away, then. I'll get an envelope.
Oh, wait, I got a better idea, Abner. We'll telegraph him some.
Why, sure, that's the thing to do. Yeah, telegraph it to him.
Telegraph him some money, you mean?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Why, sure.
Real money, you mean like quarters and
Of
stuff?
course they can, Cedric.
Well, I don't think they can do it. Somebody's been joshing them. Well, how could they send quarters and 50 cents through them little wires?
Cedric, the way they actually do that...
Don't explain it to him now, Abner. We ain't got time.
Oh,
Here,
no.
Cedric. Let's see. Here's all the money we got in the cash drawer. You take that over and tell him to send Grandpap as much as he thinks he'll need. Here.
Yes, Mom, but I don't think they can, no.
Well, just hurry up, Cedric, and bring back any money that's left over. Now, hurry
I
up.
still don't think you can do
Well,
it.
hurry and get on out of here. Lum, did the postcard say if Grandpap's got his memory back?
No, he must still have the amnesia because the card was signed Buster V. Davenport.
Poor old fella. I was hoping he'd recollect who he was by now.
Well, if we get him back here, maybe we can get him straightened out again.
I hope so.
Well, here, let me finish reading this pledge I signed.
Yeah, you better start over again, Lum. I never understood none of it so far. Well, something about 10 years here and there.
Well, it says I'm on probation for 10 years.
Oh,
I can't do none of the things in here that says, like, filling teeth and all that for that length of time.
you mean you can do them things after 10 years is up, huh?
Oh, no, of course not.
Huh?
But you see, the judge figured that by that time I would have broke myself of the habit, so I wouldn't be tempted to pull teeth or nothing no more.
Have yourself sort of under control by then, I
Yeah.
reckon.
Now, let's see, whereabouts did I leave off here?
Well, now, the last you read there, as far as I...
Howdy.
For the land sakes, Grandpap,
Well,
I mean, Buster.
to goodness, how in the world did you get
Yeah, we
here?
was just sending you some money.
Yes, sir, you know what happened. Right after I sent you fellers that postcard, I found some money I'd sewed into the lining of that pigeon-toed coat of mine, so I just jumped on the first train I could get, and here I am.
I know it's good to see you.
It sure is, Grandpap. Sit right down here. Tell us all about Toledo.
Yeah, tell us about it, yeah.
Well, sir, they ain't
Wait a
much
minute,
to tell.
here comes Cedric. We better tell him to run back and tell Dick Huddleston to cancel that telegram loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Cedric.
Mr. Dick sent it all right, but I still don't see how he done
Look, Cedric, look who's here.
Well, I'll be doggone. Well, that thing's more wonderful than I thought it was, even.
What thing?
That telegram. Mr. Dick told me you could send money on it all right, but I never figured they could send humings on it, too. Sure works fast, too, though.
Ring is Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Grandpappy Spears returned from his Toledo trip a very much disillusioned man over not having found any of his family or relatives in that city. So he's back in Pine Ridge, still with his amnesia, and still thinking he's Buster V. Davenport. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in the Jot 'em Down store and library, trying to decide what next to do for Grandpap. Listen.
Well, no, you're right, Lum. Grandpap don't seem like himself since he got back from Toledo. That is, he don't seem like his other self, that Buster V. Davenport, no more.
Well, it's all on account of him not finding none of his family or no relates there. That was an awful big disappointment to him.
Oh, yeah, he told me he felt like he's disowned or something.
I know it. He thinks nobody cares about him no more.
Yeah.
Just sits around and feels sorrowful for himself. That's why I say we got to study up some kind of work for him.
You mean something that'll sort of get his mind off himself, huh?
Yeah. I don't know what it'll be, though. I've been studying about it.
No.
Ought to be something that'll make him feel his importance to somebody.
Well, don't he want to take up selling second-hand stuff again like he's doing before he left town? He made money at that.
No, he just lost interest in that, just like he has everything else.
Yeah, well, I don't know what job would make him feel importance around here long.
Yeah, we'll just study on it. Might take a couple of days to get it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll just sit down right now and start studying.
No, don't sit down. You can study while you work. And that reminds me, I wish you'd take down that garden hose and them funnels we nailed up the other day. That loud-speaking contraption.
What, don't you want me to call you Doc Edwards on it no more?
No, sir. That's liable to get me in trouble again. We're out of the medicated profession for good.
Yeah, well, maybe we could use it for something else, Lum. Call out grocery orders over it, or play like it's a radio station or something.
No, we ain't going to play like it's no radio station. Well, there comes Grandpap now.
Grandpap. Doggett, he sure don't look very happy, does he?
We ought to try to cheer him up.
Yeah, look, there's his face from a mile long. Poor old fella.
Well, howdy.
Howdy, Buster, old boy.
Yeah, how you feeling today? Rested up from your trip yet?
Oh, I reckon so. Sort of wish now I'd never taken that pigeon-toed trip.
Well, didn't you enjoy it at all?
Oh, I enjoyed it some, I reckon. Toledo's a nice town, but I just can't get over how much it's changed.
Changed?
Yep. Yeah, there wasn't a single building in that whole town that I recognized. Not a single solitary pigeon-toed one.
Well, natural, you'd never been there before.
Never been there?
No.
I was born and raised there. Lived there might nigh all my life. Oh, me sakes, how that thing has changed, though. And the people, too.
People, huh?
Oh, yeah. They got 300,000 folks there, and not one of them knowed me. Not one. Leastways, they wouldn't admit to it.
Well, of course, you never recognized none of them, neither, did you?
Well, now, there's a funny thing. I'd meet a man on the street, and he wouldn't know me, and I wouldn't know him. A coincidence.
Huh?
I kept running into coincidences like that all the time.
Oh, it's a small world.
Say, I come over to ask you fellers. I ain't a crook of no kind, am I?
A crook?
Yeah. You see, I'm kind of mixed up about myself.
Oh.
I ain't exactly sure what I used to do, and so maybe them Toledo folks was ashamed to admit they knowed me, because I'm a crook of some kind.
Oh, no, you ain't no crook. Leastways, I don't think you.
No, it ain't nothing like that. Towns change that way. You take the generality of towns, special big ones, they change.
Sure.
Well, I might have been a horse thief or something, I don't know. Jiminy, if I was younger, I'd go and join the army, that's what I'd do.
They don't want no horse thieves in the army, do they?
Yeah, if I was in uniform, I'd at least feel like I was doing something for my country.
Oh.
Granny's, wait a minute. I know something you can do for your country. Abner, whereabouts is that letter I got from the county agriculture out there? Or wait a minute, I got it right here in my pocket. Recollect now.
What do you want that for, Lum?
Buster, how would you like to head up a big drive? What kind of a drive?
Well, you know, driving cattle or something like that.
No. The government's going to recruit millions of volunteer harvest hands, and our country needs somebody to handle a drive around Pine Ridge.
Well, we don't need no harvest hands this time of year, Lum.
Well, no, but they want to sign up for volunteers now. So they'll know how many workers they can count on when the harvest does get here. And besides that, according to this letter, there's some crops that's about ready now. For instance, strawberries in Louisiana, and early berries in Oregon, and maple trees in Vermont ought to be tapped right away.
Well, Lum, Buster can't rush all the way up to Vermont to tap on a tree.
I'd say not. I've had all the traveling I want for a while.
Why, sure.
You don't have to travel none. All you got to do is worry about signing up folks around town here.
Oh, and them folks will go to Vermont, huh?
No, of course not.
Well, how's them trees going to get tapped up there, then? You want to send a batch of woodpeckers up there?
Oh, no, the folks living in Vermont will take care of that. All we got to worry about is around Pine Ridge here. Well, how about it, Grandpap? Will you take the job? Oh, I don't know. I'd rather do something more important. Well, I don't know what's more important than this. Food can practically win the war for us. Ain't it, Abner? And we're liable not to get enough food unless everybody pitches in and solves this farm labor shortage we got.
Yeah, old Al Potter was talking about that shortage the other day, and he said he was scared to put in a crop this year because he never knowed where he could get enough hands together.
Yeah, I heard him say that, too.
Oh, yeah.
And farmers all over the country is worried about that same thing.
There, huh?
So that'll show you how important this is, Buster. Well, I reckon it's important, all right, but I don't know. They wouldn't want a feller like me to head no drive.
Well, why wouldn't they?
Oh, you know, no kinfolks, no friends. Maybe a horse thief for all I know.
Oh, Prater, you could do it just as good as the next fella.
Yeah, but if they wanted me, they'd have let me know. They'd have telegraphed me or announced it on the radio or something.
Why, no, they wouldn't, Buster.
Wait a minute, I got an idea. Buster, there's your friend Gilroy Adams coming up the road. Why don't you run out and say hello to him? Gilroy, huh? Yeah, I ain't saw that pigeon-toed idiot since I got back. Yeah, I believe I'll just do that. Run out and say hello.
Yeah.
Come right back, though. I want to show you something. Yeah, I'll be back directly.
Holy Lum, I don't see Gilroy out there nowhere.
Well, neither did I. Just wanted to get shut of Grandpap for a second.
Don't you like him?
Oh, no. If he won't take this job unless it's announced on the radio, I reckon it'll be announced then.
Huh?
Here, we got to work fast. You've been wanting to make a radio station out of them funnels back there in that garden hose.
What are you talking about?
You go out in the feed room where Grandpap can't see you and get on the other end of the loudspeaking gadget.
Oh.
And I'll set this little radio of ours right in front of the funnel on this end.
Lum, that radio don't work. That thing's broke.
Well, that don't matter. You'll be the radio.
Huh?
Act like you're the county agriculture department and say that you want Buster V. Davenport to head the Pine Ridge Drive.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
He'll hear it and take the job.
Why, sure.
Here, take this letter and read some of it first.
Read this, huh?
Make the announcement sound official.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hurry up and get back there now, because here he comes.
Yeah, I'll disguise my voice. Believe I'll use my high voice. I know my low one. Yes, sir, that's funny. I couldn't find Gilroy nowhere at all.
Well, I must have made a mistake. Come over here with the radio. Say, whereabouts is your partner, Abner? Oh, he went Summers. Hey, I want you to listen to a certain program. Oh, I don't care much for the radio. Well, you'll enjoy this. I'm turning on the radio now. There it's on.
All right. Hello? This is radio station XW. County Agriculture Department doing the talking.
Can't you tune in the barn dance instead of that?
Let's see here. All kinds of people are wanted. Men, women, boys, and girls. Everyone who is not devoting his full time to war work. Volunteers
Volunteers
can work weekends only, or whatever time they can spare.
And now, Smith, feller, sounds right smart like that.
Our work is helping to strike a blow at the axes. So when the call comes to your community, do your part.
Yeah, sure, I'd rather hear the quiz, kid. Huh?
So volunteers will be enlisted as members of the U.S. Crop Corps and will be paid per bailing wages. Everyone who serves will receive a special certificate. Oh, that's nice.
I wish the radio would be more careful what it says and get to the other part now.
Yeah. For those who do not feel up to farm work, there are equally important and less strenuous jobs in food processing.
I'd love to have a radio like that talk back to you.
Everybody is needed. Lawyers, school teachers, Boy Scouts.
I'm going to turn this radio off if it don't get to the important part right away.
I'm coming to the county agriculture outfit wants Buster B. Davenport to head the crop park drive around Pine Ridge.
There. What do you think of that, Grandpa?
We think he's a fine feller, and we don't care if he ain't got no kinfolk.
I'm turning the radio off now.
We don't even care if he's a horse thief.
The radio turned off. Well, what do you say now, Buster? By Jiminy Lum, I reckon I better take the job after all.
Well, good.
And I think I'll go right down to the county seat and talk to that agricultural outfit in person. Get started on this right away.
Well, good for you, Buster. I knowed you'd do it.
Well, I'll see you later. So long.
Yeah, so long.
Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot something.
What'd you forget? Wait a minute there. What are you moving that radio for?
So I can talk into this funnel here behind it. Yeah. So long, Abner.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum and Abner not only have the problem of trying to help Grandpappy Spears get his memory back, they now have the additional task of endeavoring to keep up his morale since his return from his fruitless trip to Toledo. As we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their jot-em-down store and library. Lum is talking on the telephone. Listen.
Well, now, you just stop fretting, Aunt Charity, and me and Abner will get Grandpap's mind straightened out some way. Why, sure. Well, you take it easy, and we might have some good news for you in a day or so. Yes, Mom. All right, Aunt Charity. Not at all. Goodbye.
What's the good news we'll have for her, Lum?
I'm scared I don't know. I had to say something to make her feel better. She's worried half to death.
Oh, yeah, she's looking poorly, too. Awful poorly. She sure just went and done something wonderful here of late.
Yeah, so is Grandpa.
Yeah.
And I wish we could get them two back together again. But he don't even recognize her. Thinks he's a bachelor now.
Yeah, how's he coming with that job we got for him, signing up them volunteer farm hands?
Oh, pretty good, I reckon.
Yes, huh?
It ain't helped his mental altitude much, though, I'm feared. Yeah, he still feels lonesome and feels sorrowful for himself.
Well,
I just hope this don't affect his mind no way.
affect his mind?
Yeah.
You mean where he sort of get touched in the head?
Well, I don't like to say it just that way, but I reckon that's about what it amounts to.
Oh, my goodness, poor old Grandpa. Reckon he'll start imagining he's seeing things and all that long.
Oh, I don't think it'll go that far.
Well, now, folks do that when they get catched that way, and he's been acting awful peculiar the last couple of days. He might start seeing things long.
Wait a minute, I believe that was our ring. You better get it, Abner.
Yeah, I'll get it. Hello, jot him down, store and library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Huh? Oh, just a minute, I'll ask Lum. Ulysses has Quincy, Lum. Wants to know whereabouts the Golden Era Discussion Club's going to be held tomorrow night.
Granny's. Tomorrow night's Tuesday night, ain't it?
Yeah.
Forgot all about it. Yeah, let's see, whose turn is it?
I don't know.
Oh, Granny's, I believe it's my turn to have it.
Hello? Over at Lum's place, Ulysses.
Wait a minute, I never said I was going to have it. I said it was my turn. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Just a minute. I can't hear both of you, Lum.
Go ahead, tell him I'll have it.
He wants to know what's the subject for discussion going to be.
Oh, I don't know. I ain't studied it up yet. Just tell him we'll discuss the life of some man.
Hello, the life of some man, Ulysses. Just a minute. What man?
Oh, goodness. I don't know. Tell him it's a surprise.
It's a surprise, Ulysses. Yeah, I'll tell him. All right. Yeah, goodbye. Said he hopes it's a barn painter, Lum.
Barn?
Yeah.
I wish he'd get that dadgum barn of his painting.
Me, too. What man are we going to discuss at the meeting, Lum?
Oh, I don't know. I just said that to get shut of him.
Uh-huh.
Some high-class culture fella.
High class.
Wait a minute. My grannies, I believe I just give myself a hiding. Yeah. We're going to discuss the life of Milford A. Spears.
Milford? You mean Grandpappy?
Yeah. We'll start right in with the day he was born and give his whole life history. What he done when he was a kid of a boy growing up and all such as that.
Well, Grandpappy ain't no high-class culture fella.
That don't make no difference. The point of this is to try and make him recollect his memory.
Oh?
If we all sit there and bring up things Grandpaps did in his life, well, one of us is bound to mention something that he'll recollect.
You sure enough think that'll work, Lum?
Well, it's worth trying anyway. Call up all the members and tell them to study up all the incidents about Grandpap they can recollect.
Yeah, I'll get Ulysses and Cedric and Grandpa.
Oh, wait a minute, though. Not now. Grandpap's coming. Don't call till after he's gone.
Well, he won't know who we're talking about, Lum. He don't know who Milford A. Spears is.
No, but mind that.
Oh. Well, howdy-do, Mr. Davenport.
Well, howdy. Guess who I just signed up for volunteer farm work?
I don't know. Ezra C. Strong?
No. Yes, again.
Let's see now. Oh, I don't know, Grandpap. I can't stand here and guess all day.
I'll tell you, Barbara Stanwyck.
Well, Barbara Stanwyck.
Yeah, you've heard of her, ain't you? Moving picture actress.
Uh-oh. You hear that, Mom?
Yeah, I hear it.
He's starting to see things.
Yeah, I'm feared so.
Yeah.
Yes, sure is. Awful pretty girl, that Miss Stanwyck. Awful pretty.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I ain't actually signed her up yet, but I believe she's interested. I'm going to talk to her some more down at Beckley's drugstore.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I got to run over to the boarding house first and get some ice cream soda money.
Uh-huh.
I believe I'll put on my pigeon-toed necktie, too, sort of spruce up a little.
Oh, yeah, Lormy, that's the thing to do when you're talking to moving picture actresses. Why, put on a necktie, sure.
Yeah, you're right, I believe. Yeah, so long. I'll see you later.
Yeah, so long.
Wait a second, Buster. Don't you think you ought to sit down here and rest up a little?
Yeah, you better take it easy, Buster. You've been working pretty hard here.
I ain't got time now. Hell, I'll tell you all about it later. So long.
So long. Doggy's Lum has happened as sure the world. He's touched just as sure the world.
I'm feared he is.
What you reckon we ought to do about it, Lum?
Well, I don't know. Seeing hallucinations, I reckon you call it.
He's seeing who? Barbara Stanwyck's who he said.
I know what he said.
Huh?
I reckon we better call Doc Miller right away. See if you can get hold of him.
Yeah, let's see now. What's his ring over there?
Wait a minute. There comes a customer. You wait on her, and I'll try to find Doc.
Yeah, sure. Who is that coming in anyway?
Let's see, where did I write that number down?
Well, come in.
Hello there.
Howdy-do, ma'am. What can we do for you today?
Well, I wonder if you could tell me where I can get transport.
Oh, my goodness, Lum, I'm catched too. It's got me too, Lum.
What's the matter, Abner?
Look here who I'm looking at.
Huh? Well, I'll swan to goodness.
Say, what am I anyway, a ghost?
Oh, no, it ain't nothing. You just sort of look like somebody we know. Or that is, not nobody we actually know. More of a movie actor.
Oh, I see.
Did anybody ever tell you that you look right smart like Barbara Stanwyck?
No one's ever accused me of that.
Hey, you do?
Well, I should. That's who I am.
Mom.
I'm on a bond tour across the country and my car broke down.
Well, that's a shame. Bless your heart. Bless your little heart.
Abner, watch yourself. Whereabouts was you heading for, Miss Stanley?
Well, I was trying to get to Hot Springs. I'm supposed to broadcast a message from there this afternoon.
You are? Granny's, I'm feared you'll never make it.
No, that's a long trip over there, awful long.
Oh, well, you don't have a radio station here in town, do you?
No, we don't. But I tell you what we can do. We got something that's just as good as a radio. We'll put you on the party line.
The party line?
Yeah. You see, we just ring the fire alarm, and everybody picks up the receivers to listen in to see whereabouts the fire's at, and then you just start talking to them. That's all they are to it.
Oh. Don't they do that out there in Hollywood, Miss Stanwyck?
Well, not that I know of.
That's peculiar. Oh, well, they'll catch on to it sooner or later, I
Yes,
reckon.
I'm sure they will. They're fairly progressive.
Well, how about it, Miss Stanwyck? Do you want to do that?
Why, sure.
Well, good. I'll ring them up right now. Give them the double alarm.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. Miss Stanwyck, do you think I could sort of make a success out of myself out there in Hollywood?
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the Golden Era Discussion Club is planning to discuss the life of Grandpappy Milford A. Spears tonight. This subject was conceived by Lum in the hopes that one of the members would bring up some incident which would register with Grandpap and so bring back his memory, and thus put an end to Buster v. Davenport. As we look in on the little community today, we find President Lum opening the weekly meeting.
By virtue of the power invested in me as president of the Golden Era Discussion Club, I hereby declare same call to order and open for business.
Hey.
Motion carried. All members present, please signify by the same sign.
Hey.
Okay. Abner, jog Grandpa Master there and make him stop that snoring.
Yeah, I'll fix that. Here, Grandpa.
Now I have the minutes of the last meeting read by our secretary, Mr. Abner Peabody. Proceed, Mr. Secretary.
Yeah, I don't know if I can make it out very good this time or not.
Yeah, we're used to that by now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll try it. Let's see, the last meeting, I reckon it is. The last meeting was held, topic for discussion. Cocoa and sandwiches was something. Something was had by all. Good time, I believe that is. Yeah. Signed, Mr. Secretary Peabody.
For goodness sakes, is that all of the minutes?
Yeah, it's Elizabeth's fault.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, see, the minutes in my shirt pocket, and Elizabeth never found them till after she's hanging the washing up to dry.
Oh. Well, in that case, I reckon we better just waive the minutes.
Well, no use waving them now, Lum. They're dry now. See, the writing's just sort of washed out. That's what it is right there. It's the whole trouble. I just can't read it. It's washed out.
All right, we just skip them then.
Yeah, that's better. Just skip them.
And now, fellow members, we come to the main part of the meeting.
Hey.
Our topic for discussion tonight is a very interesting one. We hope it'll do some good, if you know what I mean.
I know, Lum. Bring back what's-his-name's memory.
What you say?
I never mentioned Grandpap's name.
For goodness sake. Mr. Davenport, don't pay no attention to what Abner said just now.
What's that? Yeah, see there, never even heard me. Too busy reading that newspaper.
What'd you say, Lum? Nothing. Better put down the newspaper, though, 'cause this discussion ought to be extra interesting to you, Grandpap-Buster.
Oh, yeah, I know it will. You'll enjoy it something wonderful, yeah.
Huh? You ever read this feature they got in here called Believe It or Don't?
Oh, sure, Lomy. Everybody reads that, yeah.
It shows pictures of freaks and all kinds of curious stuff.
Huh.
Chickens with 2 heads and I don't know what all.
Uh-huh.
Awful interesting, awful interesting.
Oh, yeah, bound to be. But, just set the paper aside now, Buster. You're sort of holding up the discussion reading here.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Lay it right there and read it later. Any of you fellas know whereabouts there's a 2-headed chicken or something like that? See, if you send something into this outfit, they pay you $5. I'd like to send something in.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, we'll try to think of something tomorrow, Buster. We'll think up a good one.
Mr. Al Horler's got a lot of chickens. I believe they've all got just 1 head, though. They all got 2 feet, though. Is that any good to send in?
Why, no, Cedric. There ain't nothing peculiar about that. Go ahead, Lum. Start the discussion.
Yeah. Fella, remember?
Yes, I know a chicken that's just got 1 leg. He got too near a mowing machine one day.
Yeah, well, we'll take that up some other time, Ulysses.
Yeah, okay. Chicken's dead anyway.
That's right. Sure love to send something other in.
Yeah, be quiet now, Buster.
Yeah, everybody simmer down here.
Yeah.
Fella, remember, instead of having a high-class culture subject for tonight, we're going to discuss the life of one of Pine Ridge's best-known citizens. A pioneer of this fair community.
Hooray!
You get $5 if you send something in.
Go ahead, Lum.
Ask all of you members to bring in some incident in the life of this man. So we'll just start around the circle, and each one of you can tell what you recollected about him. You never told me to bring in nothing.
See, we figured that, you wouldn't know nothing about him, Buster, as long as you come from Toledo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Sure, I'm a stranger here.
Yeah.
What'd you say the fellow's name was?
Milford A. Spears.
Milford A. Spears.
Yeah.
That's that pigeon-toed idiot I'm always being mistaken for. Happens all the time.
It does, huh?
Yeah.
Well...
Boy, that's a good one.
Cedric, be quiet. Cedric.
Yeah, I've never run into this feller, but if I ever catch him, I'm going to break his pigeon-toed neck, I'll tell you that. I don't want nobody going around imitating me.
Yeah, well, now, wait a minute. I don't believe I'd do that, Buster. I'll tell you, after you get to know him, I believe you'll like him a lot better.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about him.
No.
All right, Ulysses, we'll start with you.
Yeah, okay.
Now, don't make your incident too long, though, because we want to give the other members a chance to tell theirs, too.
Yeah, okay.
Proceed.
Okay, Milford A. Spears was born in Pine Ridge, Arkansas.
Well, go on, Ulysses.
That's all, Milford A. Spears was born in Pine Ridge, Arkansas.
Well, Grannies, I'm afraid that ain't the kind of incidents I had in mind. That ain't very interesting, Ulysses.
Yeah, maybe not, but I bound it was one of the most important events in his life.
Well, yeah, I reckon you're right about that.
Doggone, I wish I was brainy like Ulysses.
Well, all right. Cedric, you tell us what you brung in.
Yes, Mom. I don't reckon you like it awful well, though. Much, I don't think.
Well, give it anyway.
Well, why, Mr. Grandpappy Milford A. Spears was born in Pine Ridge, Arkansas.
That's done been said, Cedric.
Yes, Mom, I know it. It's true, though, ain't it?
Yeah, I reckon it's true, all right, yeah.
Here, you fellas ain't got the idea of this thing.
Huh?
See, I want you to recollect some things about Grandpap, like for instance, the time when he's just a kid of a boy and he's mad at some other youngin'. Forget just who it was now. Anyways, Grandpap was going to roll him down Piney Mountain.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that was old, Grimy Ludlow. That's who that was.
Yeah, I believe it was. Grimy,
yeah.
Sure it was.
He moved to Arizona and, taking up selling Indian blankets to Indians out there or something.
Yeah.
Died here about 6 years ago, I recollect.
He did. I never know that.
Yeah, some of his relays here got a hearing from him, passed on his reward.
Hearing from him?
Well, no, from his family.
Oh.
I mean, no fella could write a letter if he's already passed on.
Anyway, Grandpap wanted to be sure his idea had worked, so he taken the barrel up the mountain and got in it and tried it himself.
No, because I recollect there weren't a place on him that weren't bruised blue and black.
Oh, no, he was a mess after that.
I say, that reminds me of another time when Grandpap and Grimy was both sweet on out to Fulton, I believe it was, and they both taken her for a canoe ride one day out there.
Yeah, and they got to arguing about who was the best feller.
Yeah.
That is, which one of them could protect Alta the best.
Yeah, Harley's arguing while they fell in the mill pond, and Alty had to jump in there and save both of them.
Yeah, that's a good one. Tell that to you, Ulysses. Wait a minute, though. I reckon you've already told it.
Do you recollect that time that Grandpap fell down in the well?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. He was showing off in front of his cousin from Hatfield.
Yeah.
He was showing how fast he could run backwards and went right in the well.
Yes, he did, yeah. After he got him out, his cousin wanted to see him do it again, recollect?
Yeah. He fell down a well, you say?
Yeah, he fell down it.
You know, it sort of seems like I fell down a well once. Sort of.
You did? Hear that, Lum?
Yes, beginning to work.
Now, just whereabouts was that, Buster, that happened?
Why, back in Toledo, I reckon.
Well, now, are you sure that's where it was?
No, I couldn't be sure about it. I guess maybe I never done it after all.
Oh.
Keep telling incidents. This is going to work you.
Yeah, I believe it will, okay.
I recollect when Grandpap tripped over the watering trough in front of Dick Cutterson's store and got his ration book all muddy.
Well, that was just yesterday, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. I recollect it good, too.
Wait a minute. You recollect the time that the Spearses was having a house remodeled? Grandpap was just a young feller at that time, and they had that upstairs porch taken away, and Grandpap never noticed. And he opened the porch door and walked right out into space.
You fell in a big puddle of mud that time.
Yeah, and he splashed mud all over that girl that lived next door. That, what was her name?
Next door.
Yeah, I believe he was sparking at her there. Might have been engaged to her for a while. Beatrice Fall, that's who it was. Recollect her?
Beatrice Fall?
Yeah.
Is that the name you said?
Yeah, that's who it was, yes, sir.
Jiminy. Maybe that's it. Something's coming into my mind, fellers. Don't let me lose it now.
Oh, no. Think hard.
I want to get this all straightened out first.
Why, sure.
Be quiet, Abner.
I'm
studying.
Yeah, go ahead. Don't let me disturb you, no. Be quiet as I can.
Yeah. I want to get it straightened out.
Yeah. Get it all recollected now. Just think hard.
Don't disturb my thoughts now. Wait a minute. Let me ask you some questions. You say this Milford Spears fell down Piney Mountain once?
Well, that is, he rolled down.
Uh-huh. And he fell in the mill pond?
Yeah, he did. Fell right in it.
And he fell down a well?
Yes, sir, he sure did.
And he fell out of a house?
Yeah, and from the upstairs, too.
Uh-huh. And then he got engaged to Beatrice Fall?
Yes, Beatrice Fall, that was her name.
All right, Jiminy, I got it. I got it. Sure as the world.
You got your memory?
No,
got it, fella.
Got something to send into this column, believe it or don't. That Spears feller's a natural-born pigeon-toed freak if I ever seen one. He don't do nothing but fall.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the reviewing of the life of Milford Spears at the Golden Era Discussion Club last night served only to furnish Grandpap with material to send into a Believe It or Don't column. And so he's still a man with no memory of his past, still Buster V. Davenport. As we look in the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their jot-em-down store and library. Grandpap is just entering. But
Well, morning, Grandpap-Buster.
Yeah, come on in, Mr. Davenport.
Howdy.
Doggies, what brings you out this early?
Oh, let's get up early.
You do?
Yeah, I'm sort of an early bird. Besides, couldn't sleep good last night, no ways.
Well, what's your trouble? You got the somni?
Oh, no, ain't got nothing like that. I just couldn't sleep. Just roll and toss. Don't know what is wrong with me.
Uh-huh.
That fellow we discussed at the meeting last night, that Milford Spears, he keeps haunting me.
Haunting you?
Yeah, you know, I said folks around here is always mistaking me for him.
Yeah.
Then you brung up some of the things he done when he was a youngin'. I could swear I done some of them things myself once.
You could?
Yeah, but what gets me is how come he can see me and imitate me, but I never can see him?
Well, you might try looking in a looking glass.
Jiminy, if there's any one thing I hate and despise, it's a sneaking around type of feller.
Well,
Buster, that's a good suggestion Abner just made. Look in a mirror sometime, you'll see him. I will, huh?
why, sure.
So he hides behind my back, huh?
Yeah,
Well, I'll catch that pigeon-toed idiot yet. You just wait and see.
well, that oughtn't to be hard for you to do, Buster.
And another thing, he's got his sister haunting me now, too.
His sister?
Yes, sir, sure as well. You know that old lady here in town, Charity Spears, her name is. They call her Aunt Charity.
Oh, yeah, well, she ain't his sister.
Oh, she must be. Got the same name as him.
Yeah.
Every time she sees me, she takes hold of my hand and says, "When you coming home, Milford? When you coming home?" Then she starts crying. Embarrasses me half to death.
Oh. Well, maybe you ought to go home with her, Buster.
Oh, no. I'm feared she's touched in the head, that old lady.
Oh, no, sir. Now, she ain't touched. I can tell you that right
Sure
now.
she is. There's the nicest one woman in this town.
She sure is.
Yes, sir. If there ever was a woman that's got a preserved seat in a better world, it's Aunt Charity.
Amen.
Yeah, you ought to get better acquainted with her, Buster.
Yes, sir, you ought to do that, Buster. Yes, sir.
No, that brother of hers, he just put her up to this, I know, and I don't trust him neither.
Well, I'll tell you, he ain't such a bad feller himself. He's as nice as you are, I can tell you that right now.
Well, I don't trust him, though. Going around imitating me all the time. I just like to get my hands on him once. Whereabouts does he live? Over there at his sister Charity?
No, sir, he's staying over at the boarding house right now.
Boarding house?
Yes, sir.
Sister Simpson's?
Yes, sir, that's where he's staying at.
Well, that's where I'm staying, too. But I ain't never saw him. What room's he in, do you know?
He's staying right in the same room that you are.
He ain't no such a thing.
Yes, he is done it, too. Sleeps in your bed, washes in your wash bowl, sits in your chair at the supper table.
Why, that snake in knee weeds. That overhanded pigeon-toed snake in knee weeds. All right, Jimmy, I'm going right out and get that feller.
Yeah, well, now, wait a minute now, Buster.
Yeah, come back here a minute.
Step back down. Don't rush
Nobody's
off
going to
now.
do a thing like that to Buster V. Davenport and get away with it. I'll whip him within an inch of his life. I'll whip him so hard.
Now, for the land's sakes. Yeah, I reckon we oughtn't to have told him all that stuff long.
I'm feared not.
No.
Condition he's in, he's liable to go out and do something desperate.
Why, sure, there ain't a bit of telling in the world what he might do. Temper like he's got and all, he was mad when he left out of here.
Yeah, I reckon one of us ought to go out and follow him and keep him out of trouble.
Yeah, I believe we ought to, Lum. Look after him, sort of.
Yeah. Don't let him see you following him, though, or he'll get madder than ever.
You want me to go and follow him?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. How about getting Cedric to watch him? Then Grandpap wouldn't expect none if he seen Cedric we hunt.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call him right now.
I reckon we oughtn't to laugh about Grandpap. I tell you, it is sort of comical when you come right down to it. Him going out to beat up on himself, ain't it?
Yeah. Of course, it weren't very comical when he's telling about Aunt Charity.
Oh, no.
Very wanting him to come home and all.
Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. I felt awful sorrowful for her. This is effecting her something wonderful on.
Wait. Hello, Miss Weehunt?
Poor old woman.
This is Lum Edwards. Is Cedric up or is he still sleeping? Oh, yeah, well, I'll hold the phone.
Is he up long?
She don't know. She's going to look in his room.
Oh. Doggies, Lum, don't you reckon there's something we can do for Aunt Charity, something to sort of make her feel better and quit worrying so much about Grandpap?
I don't know. I wish we could study up something, though.
I tell you, she's just looking awful poorly here lately.
Hello?
Awful poorly.
Oh. Ah. Well, he'll more than likely stop in here then. No, Mom, nothing important. All right, much obliged anyways, Miss Weehunt. Goodbye.
He went somewhere, huh?
Yeah, he left a note saying out to pinball machine, back for lunch.
For the land sakes, when does that boy sleep anyway?
I don't know. Works all night long at the defense plant and plays the pinball machine all day.
Yes, he does. He does that. He does.
He said the other day he wished he'd get a raise so he could break even.
For the land's sake. Doggies, what he ought to be doing is putting that money in war bonds. That big drive the government's got on now and all.
Well, I'm aiming to have a talk with him on that very thing.
Why, sure, the best way in the world for a young feller to save his money is to put it into bonds that way, defense bonds.
If he'd just take and buy that pinball machine, he'd save money, take it home with him.
That's what he ought to do. Take it home and then tell Walt Bates to take 10% at least of his wages, and 50% be better for Cedric, and put it into defense bonds.
Well, then he'll have something when this is all over.
Why, sure he will. That's the only way he'll do it, too.
Well, here, we ain't figuring out what to do about any charity.
No. She told Elizabeth the other day, Lum, that she wanted to get Grandpap home again so she could take care of him. She didn't care if he insisted on being Buster Davenport or who he wanted to be. She just wanted him home.
Granny, that's sweet, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Bless her heart. Now, Granny, wait a minute.
Huh?
Maybe there's a idea there, Abner.
Idea?
Yeah. If we can only get them two together again, it won't matter so much whether he gets his memory back or not. Of course, we'd love for him to recollect that formula for making synthetics rubber.
Why, sure, that's the thing we want him to do.
But right now, I'm more concerned about him and Charity getting back together.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry for her, I don't know what to do.
Why, sure. But I don't know how we could ever get them together, Lum.
We'll have Grandpap fall in love with her.
Fall in love with his own wife?
Yes, sir. Then we'll have him get married. Grannies, why didn't we think of that before?
Well, here, wait a minute, Lum. They're done married.
Yeah, but Grandpap don't know it. He thinks he's a bachelor.
Oh, doggies, that's right, ain't it? Of course, I don't much believe we can ever get him to fall in love with her, though.
Well, that's our job, studying up how to do that.
Yeah, but in the first place, Lum, he thinks Aunt Charity's a little touched. And in the second place, he thinks she's Milford Spears' sister. And you know how he hates and despises Milford Spears.
Well, don't worry. We'll change his mind somehow.
I doubt it.
Don't forget, I know a thing or two about romantics myself.
You do, huh?
Why, sure. Fella couldn't have as many women fall in love with him as I've had without learning something about romantics.
What women are you talking about? Widow Abernathy and Sister Simpson?
Oh, no, of course not them.
Well, them's the only two women I ever knowed that was after you, Lum.
That ain't so, and you know it.
There's
been hundreds of them. All of them way yonder prettier than either Sister Simpson or the widow, too, I can tell you that.
Who are they?
Oh, different ones.
Well, just name some of them.
Well, for instance, there was Miss Fredericks, a schoolmarm we had last year.
Miss Fredericks? Why, she weren't in love with you, Lum. She went around with Frank Foster all the time. You were so judgy she couldn't hardly stand it, and you know her, too.
Yeah, but I know who she was really in love with, though.
Huh?
I could tell by some of them long talks I used to have with her.
Long talks? I never heard you get past, "Howdy do, Miss Fredericks. Nice day today, ain't it?" Now, you always got yourself tongue-tied.
Oh, I had some talks with her that you never knowed about.
Huh.
Said a lot of romantic things, too, I think.
Tell me some of the things you said.
I ain't gonna do it.
Oh, come on now. Just tell me a couple of things that you said, sir.
Sound embarrassing if I
Go
don't.
on, tell me. You said things,
Can't
sir.
recollect exactly what we said. Even if I could, I wouldn't tell you.
Oh, well, then, name some of them other women that fell in love with you.
Abner, I ain't gonna stand here and tell you my whole love life. I might write it all down in a book someday, and then you can read all about it there.
Yeah, well, be sure and put down what you said to Miss Fredericks. I'd love to read that part of it.
Don't worry, I'll put it all down.
Read it.
Just special for curiosity folks like you to read.
Yes, sir.
Wish I had the book all done now. Give us some good ideas for Aunt Charity. I know the first thing we'll have to do is fix her up, though.
Fix her up.
Yeah, we'll get her to have her hair frizzed up and put artificial flavoring and coloring on her face and all.
Don't get herself all rosy-jawed, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's
Then we'll get her a new dress, maybe a new pair of shoes.
When are we going to get a number 17 coupons?
Oh, Granny, that's right. Oh, I
sure.
believe that was our ring. I'll get it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Lum Edder's talking.
Well, fair enough.
Oh, what is it, Buster? In jail.
Oh, my goodness. He's dead and desperate.
Well, what did you do, Buster?
We ought to have watched him.
You don't know?
Must be out of his head, that's it.
Oh, I see.
Poor old feller.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, don't worry. I'll come right down and have a talk with Uncle Henry Lunsford. Yeah, right away. Goodbye.
What did he do, Lum? Has he any idea at all?
Yeah, he called up Uncle Henry, the town marshal, and told him to go out and arrest a feller named Milford A. Spears.
Huh?
That's exactly what Uncle Henry done. Now Grandpap can't figure out why he's in jail.
Well, I do know.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum and Abner have launched a new plan to restore happiness to the Spears family, torn apart by Grandpap's amnesia. They're hoping to induce the old fellow to fall in love with his wife, Charity, and marry her again. As we look in our little community today, we find Abner and Cedric in the Jot 'em Down store and library. They're engaging in a little vocal work.
Now, come on now, Cedric. Just try it just once more now. We got to do better than this now. We're going to sing at the Ladies' Aid Bazaar Saturday night, Cedric.
Well, I'll get it.
Yeah.
We're going to sing Cut Down Old Pine Tree, or which one?
No, let's try that I Love Coffee, I Love Tea.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I like.
Yeah, that's a new song, you know. We want to be up to date and all
You want me
that.
to sing Altory?
Well, now, don't sing Salvatore this time, Cedric. I believe you'll do better.
All right.
Now, here we go now. 1, 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What's the matter,
Do it, say 1 for the money, 2 for the show.
Oh, for the land's sake. All right.
Can't start even.
All right, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. I love coffee, I love tea, but not as much as I love liberty. Miss my butter, miss my ham, but not as much as I miss Uncle Sam. Crepes, Suzetti's, and Charlotte's Lucy's.
Who is Charlotte Lucy?
I don't know, Cedric.
Must be a Cherry Hill girl.
Must be. All right, come on now.
Is she going to be at the bazaar?
She might be, I don't know.
Oh, if she is, I'll sing good. I'll sing the level best.
Well, now, let's take it there from that Crepe Suzetti's again, Cedric.
This one.
Crepe Suzetti's and Charlotte's Lucy's have to wait until we cook Hitler's Lucy's. We'll have coffee, we'll have tea, when we deliver Hitler F.O.B.
Done good that time,
Yes,
didn't
you
it?
did, Cedric.
I want to take up singing regular.
Well, now, Cedric, that last line there, that goes more like this. I love coffee, I love tea, but not as much as I...
What's going on here?
Oh, well, howdy, Lum.
Well, hello, Mr. Long. We are singing. I don't know whether you could tell what we was doing or not.
Yeah, we was practicing up, Lum. See, me and Cedric, we're going to sing at the Ladies' Aid Bazaar Saturday night. Going to sing a quartet.
Oh, they having a bazaar again?
Yeah, big up there. They're raising money for the Chinese war relief, I believe it is. Come on, Cedric, let's run through it again for Lum now.
No, wait. You fellas will have to practice some other time. We got work to do. Yeah, you better run along, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, well, here then, Cedric, you better take the music and practice by yourself, I believe.
Yes, Mom, I will.
You need to practice more than I do anyways. Practice good
Well, I'll
now.
practice myself to death. So long.
Yes, so long, Cedric. Yeah, that boy.
Just over to Aunt Charity's place, Abner. I had a long talk with her.
Did you tell her about our plan to get Grandpap to fall in love with her?
Yeah, at first she didn't much like the idea of trying to make herself look younger and all, but I finally talked her into it.
Well, good for you, Lum.
She said she'd do might nigh anything to get Grandpap back again.
Well,
Of course, she said she didn't know how to act young or be romantic or make sheep eyes or none of that stuff.
of course not.
But I told her me and you would figure all that out for her.
Me and you.
Yeah, I told her we'd make out a list of different stuff for her to do to win back Grandpap.
Well, Lum, we don't know that stuff no better than she does.
Oh, yes, we do.
Oh,
there ain't nothing to it. Get a grocery order pad there. We'll make out a list of stuff right now.
All right, but I don't know what we'll write down on it.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get some stuff. I've done already studied up a couple of things. It ain't so hard.
I'd love to know what's so on there. Oh, I know. We'll just tell her to frizz her hair and put on artificial flavoring and coloring.
Well, I done told her that.
Oh.
Fact is, I'm trying to talk her into going into the county seat and having one of them regular beauty salons work on her. But she thinks that's going a little too far.
Well, I believe that'd be about the best idea at that moment.
Oh, ain't no doubts about it. Just going to be a little more talking to convince her, though.
Yeah.
Well, come on, we make out a list, and then she can look at the list and find out what to do.
Yeah, well, I'm all ready. You're the one that claims to know what to put down. I don't.
Well, I was just thinking, coming over here, the first thing is to be a clinging vine type. Write that down. Be a clinging vine type.
Well, what does that mean?
Oh, you know, act sort of helpless. Act like she has to depend on Grandpap for everything. Can't do nothing herself.
Sort of crippled up, huh?
No, just don't hardly know how to do nothing. Ain't got brains enough, I reckon.
Well, Lord, no feller's going to want a woman like that.
Well, no, not when he's in his right mind, he wouldn't. But you see, when a feller gets around women, he most generally ain't in his right mind. Well, I recollect one time before you and Elizabeth was married, you went to some picnic, and she sort of had her eye on you, so she acted like she couldn't lift her lunch basket, so naturally you carried it for her.
I done that?
Yes, sir. Then she acted like she couldn't dish up the potato salad or pour the coffee or cut the cake. She had you doing all that stuff for her. And you loved it, too. I recollect that. Thought you was a big, strong man, all that junk.
I never done no such a thing.
You did, too.
I never done it.
I recollect it just as plain as if it was yesterday.
Oh, pretty plain.
Well, put that down anyway, because I know it works.
Well, I'll write it down, but I know I never dished out no potato salad. I know that. Never done a woman's work.
Let's see, the next thing is dropping of the handkerchief.
Oh, they gonna play that, huh?
Oh, wait, no, it ain't a game. They just drop it, you know. Wait a minute, here comes Grandpap. Don't let him know what we're doing.
Oh, no, doggy, that's ruin everything. I'll put this away right now. Yeah. Well, howdy. Howdy, Buster. Come on in.
Hey, I believe I forgot to thank you fellas for getting me out of jail yesterday.
Oh, not at all. Proud to do it for you.
Sure, that wasn't nothing.
No.
Just had to explain to Uncle Henry, the town marshal, that he'd made a mistake was all.
Sure.
You ought not to have told him to arrest Milford in the first place.
Well, no, you see, you look like yourself, like Milford Spears and Uncle Henry couldn't tell you apart, Buster.
Well, I just got so sick of having that Spears feller going around imitating me, I just had to do something. I'm going to run him out of town if it's the last thing I ever do.
Now, Buster, that ain't no way to talk.
No, you oughtn't to feel that way about somebody you never even met.
Of course not.
For all you know, he might be your best friend. You ought to drop around to the Spears' place and get better acquainted there.
Yeah, you love Aunt Charity. She's a clinging vine type. Well, you said she was supposed to be a
She's not only a clinging vine type, she's a little touched in the head, too, if you want my opinion.
She ain't no such a thing.
Of course she ain't. She's a nice lady.
Yes, she is.
You ought to try to get a date with her and take her somewhere.
Yeah, well, why don't you do that, Buster?
No, sir, not me. She's touched, I tell you.
Besides, I don't want to have nothing to do with that pigeon-toed Spears family.
Now, Buster, that ain't no nice way to talk, and you know it.
Of course it ain't. You ought to at least give them a chance to show what kind of folks they are before you take this altitude towards them.
Why, sure.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
Why, of course we're right. And I think it'd do you a heap of good to get yourself a date, too. And you wouldn't be feeling so lonesome around here all the time.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe you're right. I wouldn't know whereabouts to take no woman for a date, too, no way.
Well, let's see now. Where could you go?
Wait a minute. When did you say that Ladies' Aid Bazaar was, Abner?
Oh, that's Saturday night.
Well, that's it right there. Buster, get yourself a date for the bazaar.
Why, sure, that's a thing to do, yeah.
Reckon I ought to, sure enough?
Why, yeah. You'll have yourself a good time. And you'll find out that the Spearses ain't such bad folks after all, neither.
Well, I'll try it once. I might enjoy it, I don't know.
Oh, you'll enjoy it something wonderful. We have an awful lot of fun around them things. I tell you, why don't you call up right now? You can use our telephone there.
No, I'll go somewhere where they got more of a private telephone, where I can be alone by myself.
Oh, well, me and Lum ain't gonna listen.
And I can't stand having nobody around when I'm telephoning.
Oh.
Well, here. Me and Abner will go back in the feed room. You can have the whole store and phone to yourself.
Yeah, how about that, Buster?
Yeah, I reckon that'd be all right.
All right, Doggies, come on, Lum. Let's get out of here. Come on.
Yeah, we just turn it over to you.
Yeah, let us know when you're done calling now, Buster.
Yeah, I will.
Doggies, I never thought we'd talk him into that long.
There's a mixed-up situation if I ever heard one.
Ah.
Here's a feller calling up his own wife for a date, and he thinks she's the sister of another feller that's actually himself, and he don't know it.
Oh, well, that amnesia does some cuter thing.
So, did you bring that grocery pad with you? The one we was writing down that list for Aunt Charity on?
Oh, yeah, slipped it right in my pocket when Grandpap come in there.
Well, good. You better get that finished so Aunt Charity can start practicing them things for Saturday night.
Yeah. Let's see now. Yeah, the last thing here was dropping of the handkerchief.
Oh, yeah. All right, next put down...
Lum, what does she drop her handkerchief for? Don't she like it or something?
No, that's just to get Grandpap to pick it up for her.
Pick it up?
Yeah. You saw him do that in shows and stuff. Act sort of coy and drop their handkerchief.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Next put down, believe all stories he tells about himself, no matter how exaggerated.
Oh, wait a minute, not too fast now. Believe all stories he tells about himself, no matter how exaggerated he...
Oh, mind out him. Here he comes. He must be done for.
Oh, Toby, he's a fast worker once he gets started.
Well, I got it all fixed up, fellers. I'll find out more about that Spears outfit now.
All right, Doggies, good for you, Buster.
Yeah, I got myself a pretty good date, too, I believe.
Why, sure you have the best.
I don't know if them Hartley sisters would accept or not, but they done it.
The Hartley sisters?
Yeah, you know, them two women that just moved into the boarding house over there. Come from Oklahoma.
Oh.
Well, wait a minute. You mean you asked them to go to the bazaar? Yeah, making it a double date, though.
A double date?
Yeah, I got one of them for me and the other one for Milford Spears. That'll give me a good chance to get acquainted with that fella.